What if the power to shape the world lay in your hands? Would you use it to preserve beauty and inspire hope? Or would you bend it to your will, dominating all who stand in your way? In Middle-earth, such power exists, embodied in the rings of power. But with great power comes an even greater question. How will you choose to wield it? Welcome to Middle-earth, a realm where magic is not a flashy display of power, but a subtle, profound force woven into the very fabric of the world. Unlike the more overt magic found in other fantasy realms, Tolkien's magic is deeply intertwined with the natural world and the essence of its inhabitants. It is not merely about casting spells or performing rituals, but about influencing the very essence of life and the universe itself. In Tolkien's legendarium, magic can be broadly categorized into two main types, light and dark. Light magic is wielded by beings of noble intent, such as the elves and wizards. This form of magic is often used for creation, preservation, and guidance. It is characterized by its harmonious and benevolent nature, aiming to enhance and protect rather than dominate or destroy. As Gandalf the Grey reflects in The Fellowship of the Ring, "I am Gandalf, and Gandalf means me." Here, Gandalf emphasizes his role and purpose as a guardian and guide, embodying the essence of light magic. His actions are directed toward aiding others, upholding the balance, and fighting against the encroaching darkness. When Frodo and the Fellowship are in the mines of Moria, Gandalf's light is crucial in guiding them through the dark and treacherous passages. His use of magic to create light, despite its simplicity, symbolizes hope and protection in the face of danger. Elves, with their inherent connection to the natural world and their immortality, exemplify light magic in its purest form. Their ability to preserve and enhance beauty, as seen in the realms of Lothlorien and Rivendell, is a reflection of their deep, magical bond with Middle-earth. As Galadriel says in The Fellowship of the Ring,
"Even the smallest person can change the course of the future."
In Lothlorien, the elves use their magic to preserve the beauty of their realm, making it appear as if it is untouched by time. Galadriel's mirror, which reveals visions of past, present, and future, is a direct manifestation of the elvish ability to see beyond the ordinary and maintain harmony within their domain. While light magic represents harmony and benevolence, its counterpart, dark magic, embodies corruption and domination. To fully understand the breadth of Tolkien's magical system, we must now turn our attention to the darker side of this mystical force. In contrast, dark magic is associated with malevolent figures such as Sauron and Morgoth. This form of magic is often used for domination, corruption, and destruction. It represents a perversion of the natural order and the will to control and subjugate. Sauron's influence is a prime example of dark magic's corrupting power, as he reveals in The Fellowship of the Ring. One ring to rule them all, one ring to find them, one ring to bring them all, and in the darkness bind them. The One Ring itself is a central artifact of dark magic. Its ability to corrupt those who possess it is evident in characters like Gollum, whose obsession and eventual madness are a direct result of the ring's influence. The use of magic in Middle-earth carries significant moral implications. Light magic is employed for benevolent purposes to protect and nurture. In contrast, dark magic seeks to corrupt, control, and destroy. The stark contrast between these two forms of magic highlights the moral and ethical struggles faced by the characters in Tolkien's world. As Gandalf also observes, "A wizard is never late, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to." Gandalf's precise arrival during critical moments, such as at Helm's Deep and the Battle of the Black Gate, demonstrates the deliberate and purposeful nature of light magic. Each action is carefully timed to maximize its impact and aid in the struggle against darkness. With an understanding of the fundamental differences between light and dark magic, it is essential to explore the origins of these magical forces. To grasp the depth of Tolkien's magical system, we must delve into its creation and early influences. At the heart of Middle-earth's creation is the music of the Ainur, the holy beings who existed before the world. According to the Silmarillion, the Ainur sang the world into existence under the guidance of Eru Ilúvatar, the supreme deity. The Ainur, the holy ones, sang together as one, and the world was made by their music. Through them, the universe was shaped, and within it, the magic of creation was woven. The creation of Arda is likened to a grand symphony, with the Ainur's music shaping the world. This foundational act of magic is evident in the natural beauty and order seen throughout Middle-earth, from the vast forests of Lothlorien to the majestic peaks of the Misty Mountains. To fully comprehend the nature of magic in Middle-earth, we must also understand the role of Eru Ilúvatar, the supreme deity who set the boundaries of magic, and Melkor's subsequent corruption. These elements are crucial for understanding the full scope of magical influence in Tolkien's world. Eru Ilúvatar, also known as the One, is the supreme being who set the boundaries of magic and creation. His influence is crucial in understanding the nature of magic in Middle-earth. As Eru explains in the Silmarillion, "I am the one who is alone, and I am Eru, the All-Father. The world is made in my image, and its magic is a part of my will." Eru's design of Middle-earth is reflected in its balance and complexity. The natural laws and the limitations placed upon magic ensure that while it can be used to enhance and preserve, it cannot wholly defy the natural order. Melkor, later known as Morgoth, was the most powerful of the Ainur, but fell from grace. His desire to dominate and corrupt the world led him to use and pervert the original magic for his own ends. Morgoth's actions had a profound impact on Middle-earth. Morgoth, who was once the mightiest of the Ainur, twisted the music of creation to his own dark purposes, bringing discord and corruption into the world. Morgoth's corruption is evident in the creation of the monstrous beings and the spreading of discord across Middle-earth. His influence is felt in the presence of the Balrog in Moria and the desolation of Angband. The legacy of Morgoth's dark magic persisted long after his defeat. His creations, such as the dragons and the forces of darkness, continue to shape the history of Middle-earth. As Gandalf reflects, "The shadow of Mordor is a legacy of Melkor's dark power. Sauron inherited the will to dominate and corrupt, which was first birthed in the mind of Morgoth." The presence of the dragons, like Smaug in The Hobbit, and the influence of Sauron in The Lord of the Rings, showcase the continuing impact of Morgoth's malevolent legacy on Middle-earth. Having explored the origins of magic and its early influences, we now turn our attention to the manifestations of light magic. Understanding the benevolent forces of magic will provide a contrast to the darker aspects we've discussed and offer insight into the protective and nurturing aspects of Tolkien's magical world. In the rich tapestry of Middle-earth, the powers of light represent the forces of creation, preservation, and benevolence. These powers are wielded by beings dedicated to the protection and nurturing of the world, contrasting sharply with the destructive and corruptive nature of dark magic. The Elves, as the firstborn children of Eru Ilúvatar, possess a unique and profound connection to magic. Their abilities are closely linked to their deep understanding of the natural world and their immortal nature. Lothlorien and Rivendell are prime examples of elvish magic. Galadriel, the Lady of Lothlorien, uses her ring, Nenya, to preserve the beauty and timelessness of her realm. Lothlorien is a realm of timeless beauty, where the magic of the elves preserves the land in its ancient glory, untouched by the decay of time. The enchantment of Lothlorien, where the land appears untouched by time, is a direct result of the magic wielded by Galadriel and the elves. The protective barrier around the realm prevents the passage of time and decay, preserving its ethereal beauty. Galadriel's mirror, which reveals visions of past, present and future, is a direct manifestation of elvish magic's ability to see beyond the ordinary. It provides insight into the world's hidden truths and future possibilities. When Frodo looks into Galadriel's mirror and sees glimpses of possible futures, it highlights the elves' unique ability to perceive and understand the deeper currents of time and destiny. The wizards, or Istari, are Maya sent by the Valar to assist the peoples of Middle-earth in their struggle against Sauron. Gandalf, Saruman, and Radagast each represent different aspects of light magic and have distinct roles in the unfolding events of Middle-earth. Gandalf, for instance, is known for his wisdom and guidance. His magic is subtle, but deeply influential, often guiding others rather than overtly using power. Gandalf's wisdom and subtle magic are employed to guide and aid the free peoples of Middle-earth in their quest against Sauron. Gandalf's guidance during the journey to destroy the ring and his strategic involvement in battles such as Helm's Deep illustrate his role as a wise advisor and protector. His influence is felt in the way he inspires and directs others to act heroically. Saruman, initially a force for good, becomes corrupted by his lust for power. His transformation from a wise leader to a dark sorcerer illustrates the precarious nature of power and its potential for corruption. Saruman's fall from grace is a tragic example of how the pursuit of power can corrupt even the mightiest of beings. Saruman's descent into darkness is starkly illustrated by his use of the Palantir to seek power and his eventual alliance with Sauron. His once noble intentions are corrupted, showcasing the dangers inherent in the misuse of power. Radagast, though less central to the main plot, demonstrates the nurturing aspect of magic through his deep connection with nature and animals. Radagast's affinity with the natural world and his magical abilities to communicate with animals reflect the more harmonious side of wizardry. Radagast's role in the story is highlighted by his efforts to protect animals and his connection to the natural world. His interactions with creatures and his concern for the health of Middle-earth's forests exemplify the more nurturing aspects of wizardry. Having explored the beneficial aspects of magic, we must now turn our attention to the powers of darkness. Understanding the nature of dark magic will provide a complete picture of Tolkien's magical system and its impact on Middle-earth. In the shadowy corners of Middle-earth, dark magic festers, rooted in malevolence, ambition, and the lust for power. This form of magic is not merely about strength, it's about subjugation, corruption, and the perversion of natural order. Dark magic is an embodiment of the desire to dominate all life, bending it to the will of the wielder, often with devastating consequences. Dark magic is inherently corruptive, twisting the mind and soul of both its wielder and its victims. It is a perversion of the original, harmonious creation of the world, introduced by beings who sought power above all else. Unlike light magic, which operates within the natural laws set by Eru Ilúvatar, dark magic seeks to break these laws, creating chaos and disorder. The seeds of dark magic were sown in the beginning with Melkor, the mightiest of the Ainur. His fall from grace marked the inception of malevolent sorcery in Arda. Once a powerful and noble being, Melkor's lust for control led him to rebel against the harmony of creation, introducing discord into the world through his dark arts. Melkor's greatest act of dark magic was the corruption of Arda itself. He tainted the very fabric of the world, creating the first dark creatures, such as orcs, trolls, and the monstrous dragons. His stronghold in Utumno became a center for the breeding of these abominations, where dark magic was used to twist life into grotesque forms of servitude and destruction. Through Melkor's influence, the world was scarred. His corruption was so deep that it permanently altered the course of Middle-earth's history, leaving a legacy of darkness that persisted long after his defeat. This legacy was inherited by his most devoted servant Sauron, who would become the dark sorcerer par excellence. Sauron, once a Maya of Aule, was drawn to Melkor's power and fell under his sway. After Melkor's defeat, Sauron became the Dark Lord of Middle-earth, continuing his master's legacy of corruption and domination. His mastery of dark magic is most notably represented by the creation of the One Ring, a malevolent artifact designed to enslave and corrupt. The One Ring is the ultimate embodiment of dark magic. Forged in the fires of Mount Doom, it contains a significant portion of Sauron's power, allowing him to exert his will over others. The ring's influence is insidious, corrupting even the purest of hearts and sowing discord among those who seek to wield it. The ring's corruptive power is illustrated through the character of Boromir, whose noble intentions are twisted by the desire to use the ring's power for the defense of Gondor. His internal struggle and eventual downfall highlight the ring's ability to magnify the darker aspects of a person's nature, leading them down a path of ruin. Sauron's use of dark magic extends beyond the creation of the One Ring. As a master of necromancy, he commanded the spirits of the dead, using them to instill fear and despair. The Nazgûl, once mortal kings, were turned into wraiths bound to Sauron's will through the power of their rings. These undead servants spread terror across Middle-earth, their mere presence causing dread. The dead marshes where the spirits of the fallen linger is a haunting reminder of Sauron's necromantic powers. Gollum's eerie warning, "Don't follow the lights," speaks to the deadly allure of these restless souls, who ensnare the living with the false hope of salvation, only to drag them into the depths. The shadow of Morgoth's dark magic extends far beyond his defeat. His corruptive influence is embedded in the very earth, lingering in places like Angband and Mordor. The creatures he twisted into being, orcs, trolls, and other foul beings, continue to plague Middle-earth, serving as a constant reminder of his malevolent power. Among the most terrifying of Morgoth's creations are the Balrogs, demonic beings of flame and shadow. These fallen Maya were corrupted by Morgoth into instruments of his wrath, spreading destruction wherever they went. The Balrog of Moria, encountered by the Fellowship, is a stark representation of the lingering threat of Morgoth's dark magic. The confrontation between Gandalf and the Balrog in the mines of Moria is a battle not just of physical might, but of magical power. The Balrog, a creature of pure malevolence, represents the overwhelming darkness that seeks to consume all light. Gandalf's victory, though costly, is a testament to the resilience of light magic against the seemingly insurmountable power of darkness. Saruman the White, once the leader of the Istari, represents a tragic example of how even the wisest can fall to dark magic. Seduced by the power he sought to control, Saruman's descent into darkness is marked by his alliance with Sauron and his adoption of the dark arts. Saruman's most dangerous weapon became his voice, a form of dark magic that allowed him to sway and manipulate others to his will. This power of persuasion, amplified by his sorcery, turned many to his cause, sowing division and betrayal among the free peoples of Middle-earth. The fall of Theoden, king of Rohan, under the influence of Saruman's voice and the sorcery of Grima Wormtongue, is a chilling demonstration of dark magic's subtlety. Theoden's transformation from a strong leader to a withered puppet is undone only by Gandalf's intervention, highlighting the stark contrast between the corruptive force of dark magic and the restorative power of light. Saruman's dabbling in dark magic culminated in the creation of the Uruk-hai, a breed of orcs that were stronger and more resistant to sunlight than their predecessors. This grotesque blend of orc and man represents Saruman's complete surrender to the dark forces he once opposed. The siege of Helm's Deep, led by Saruman's Uruk-hai, showcases the destructive potential of dark magic when combined with industrial might. The relentless assault on the fortress, driven by Saruman's twisted creations, illustrates the terrifying power that dark magic can unleash upon the world. The Witch King of Angmar, the leader of the Nazgul, is one of the most fearsome wielders of dark magic in Middle-earth. Under Sauron's command, he spreads terror and death, his presence a herald of doom. The Nazgul, or ring-wraiths, are bound to the will of Sauron through their rings of power, their existence sustained by the dark sorcery that has stripped them of their humanity. The Witch King's role in the siege of Gondor and his confrontation with Éowyn and Merry on the Pelennor fields highlights the chilling power of dark magic. His seeming invulnerability, prophesied that no man could kill him, is shattered by Éowyn, a woman who defies both prophecy and the dark sorcery that sustains him. The use of dark magic in Middle-earth invariably leads to destruction and despair. It consumes its wielder, warping their soul and body, and spreads its malign influence to all it touches. The corruption of Saruman, the obsession of Gollum, and the devastation wrought by Sauron and Morgoth all illustrate the perilous nature of this power. One of the most catastrophic examples of dark magic's consequences is the downfall of Númenor. Influenced by Sauron, the Númenorians turned to dark practices in their quest for immortality, ultimately leading to the island's destruction and the near extinction of its people. The catastrophic sinking of Númenor, as described in the Silmarillion, is a direct result of the dark magic and hubris that Sauron instilled in the Númenorian king. This event serves as a powerful reminder of the destructive potential of dark magic when wielded without restraint. Dark magic in Middle-earth is a force of corruption and devastation, representing the antithesis of the harmonious and life-preserving powers of light. It serves as a warning of the dangers of unchecked power and the moral decay that comes with the pursuit of domination. As we have seen, those who embrace dark magic are ultimately consumed by it. To fully grasp the impact of both light and dark magic, we must examine the artifacts associated with each. These artifacts serve as focal points for magical power and play crucial roles in the unfolding events of Middle-earth. Artifacts of power play a central role in Middle-earth, serving as conduits for both light and dark magic. These objects are imbued with significant magical properties and often influence key events and characters. The three elven rings, Nenya, Vilya, and Narya, are prime examples of artifacts of light magic. Each ring possesses unique properties that aid in preservation, healing, and protection. Nenya, Vilya, and Narya are symbols of elvish magic, each with its own purpose and power. Together, they reflect the elves' commitment to preserving Middle-earth's beauty and harmony. The One Ring, forged by Sauron, is the most infamous artifact of dark magic. It represents the pinnacle of Sauron's power and his desire to control all other beings. The One Ring is the embodiment of Sauron's dark magic, a tool designed to dominate and corrupt all other rings and their bearers. The One Ring's influence is evident in the way it corrupts and controls those who come into contact with it. Its creation and subsequent impact on Middle-earth underscore its significance as an artifact of dark magic. In conclusion, the ethical and moral implications of magic, as well as its impact on the world, reflect Tolkien's broader themes of good versus evil and the consequences of power. By understanding the nature of magic, its origins and its effects, we gain a deeper appreciation for the intricate and compelling world of Middle-earth. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of magic in Tolkien's Legendarium. We hope this journey has illuminated the profound and enduring nature of magical forces in Middle-earth and their role in shaping the epic narrative of the Lord of the Rings. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. See you in the next one.